Hi Scorpio, welcome to your reading. Super excited to just see what's going on in your month. If you want to get to know me and any of my social media accounts, and if you're interested in a personal reading, if you want to view the extended to this reading, all that information is going to be listed in the description box below. Yeah, and so we're going to go ahead and dive on in. I'm just doing things a little differently for this round of zodiac readings. I'm just mostly sticking to tarot this time around, and it might stick. It might end up doing this long term, but I wanted to change it up. So the YouTube readings are going to be a little bit shorter, and then the extendeds are going to be quite longer. So that's what I'm finding. But I hope you enjoy your reading, Scorpio. Let's go ahead and get started. And if this reading doesn't resonate, check your sun, moon, rising, Venus, north node, and south node. I'll check all your placements, but those are your, I guess, main ones that people mention, or that I've come to find. It's things that, I guess, placements that I've come to really pay more attention to, but all of them influence you. All of them make up who you are. That was a horrible shuffle. No, sorry, this is getting all sorts of jumbled, Scorpio. Okay, let's get I was about to say, we gotta find a flow here. Alright. I'm pretty sure the Tower is Scorpio energy. I'm pretty sure it is. Let me see something. If I lower this light, can this thing go any lower? Actually, I don't know if I can. No, I can't, but I can probably tilt it. Sorry guys, I'm just moving the light source a little bit closer so that you guys, there we go. I just can't bring it like too terribly. Oh, there we go, it's still fun. Anyways, Tower energy. Pretty sure it's Scorpionic energy. Pretty sure. Because the Tower card represents heavy transformation. I gotta sip of my coffee. Literally, this card is like the upheaval of everything you know or think you know about your reality, your circumstances. This is like a moment that completely changes everything that either you've experienced from the month of February, you're going to experience, you're preparing, you see it coming, something. You're you're a very intuitive sign, right? And you feel like that either you've been experiencing a series of Tower moments, or it's just been one big, like, kind of explosion that either forced communication, forced an upheaval of something, a relationship, a career, something big really shifted. Like, it's kind of like almost that feeling of the carpet getting ripped out from underneath of you. But in a way that because everything, if you can learn to shift your perspective to see that everything that happens to you is for you, and really try to bend your mind as much as you possibly can to see how it all, your current circumstances or circumstances that you've experienced in the past, how they could possibly be to your benefit, how they could be forcing you to grow. In what way would this make you grow? How could this situation make you expand in your consciousness? How can this help you elevate? So something that wasn't for you, whether it was a karmic pattern, a karmic way of thinking, a relationship, a career, something that wasn't in alignment, definitely got, something shifted to force it to kind of get taken out of your life, or it's on its way out, or something very, very like, or whether it completely was taken out of your life, or there was just a really heavy and big transformation within the circumstances, there is change happening. There's an ending of something in order to allow a beginning of something else to blossom, which doesn't mean that it's necessarily an ending of a relationship. It just means maybe toxic patterns within a relationship are being tended to and are being released. You know, toxic fears, toxic patterns that you had. Sorry guys, I'm actually gonna close those blinds. I didn't like seeing the reflection of the light that I have going here on the window. Anyways, sorry, let me grab these little things. Okay. Sorry. All right. Where were we? This could be toxic patterns, toxic, just toxic influences within a dynamic, just something. This could be that coming to a close. This doesn't necessarily mean that something is completely ended. It just might mean that something circumstantially within the situation is shifting, right? And a big shift. Like this is, like things are never going to be the same kind of moment. This is external. This could be internal. This could be a big shift within yourself that you're experiencing. This could be a big shift externally that you're experiencing. These are moments that really cause us to think. With this crown chakra activation, you kind of see that with the illustration here. It kind of makes you like really think about why things take place. Why and what such way. You know, sometimes we need a jolt within our circumstances in order to remind us that we're alive. If we're being completely honest, to maybe get rid of stagnant energy that's taken place. Like you never know. Well, for me, I never know. It's always, because these are general readings. Until we get down to the nitty gritty, there's so many reasons why why a tower moment can take place, but it's always divinely orchestrated. Like this isn't ever just like coincidence, if you will. There's never such thing as coincidence, in my opinion. Because you have infinite choices through your free will, but they're like you chose these infinite choices before you came here. So in some way it is fated, but you still have a choice in which direction your fate goes. You have a multitude of fates that could take place in that sense. So these tower moments are what really, they change everything. So, and there's no going back. You can't unsee what you've seen. You can't unknow what you know. You can't unfeel what you felt. So it's like, okay, well, how do I move forward in this new knowing, in this new bed of information, this new realization about myself or others or a dynamic in my life or a job or just a situation, however that's taking place, however that's unfolding. But this is transformation in your life that's taking place for the better good. It's to balance things out. As chaotic as it might feel right now, as it is as uncomfortable, obviously, as this card looks. Nothing really, it's like, how can you take any good from that? But what is good and what is bad when they're both the same? They all create, it's one cannot exist without the other. So therefore, it's of the same energy. It's this dualistic energy at play that there's equilibrium taking place, and it has to, because that's how we get realigned. That's how we see things differently. It's how we grow. It's how we expand. And that's really the whole purpose of why we're here, is to help the collective consciousness expand in some way, to help humanity in some way, or community or families, to serve ourselves and others, to help expand the planet, the consciousness. That's what we're all here for. And these tower moments show us like what needs to change in our lives in order to become closer to ourselves, this more authentic version of ourselves. Tower moments can be hard. They can, really make us question things, our spiritual journey. But I heard something, I don't know if it was a TED Talk specifically or what, but she pretty much said spiritual awakenings and depression are two sides of the same door. And I thought, wow, that feels like the tower moment. You know what I mean? Like that heaviness, that darkness, that everything feels like it's crumbling around you and you're not quite sure why. Like the universe, the divine, God, however you want to word it, your angels, your spirit guides, they've stepped in and they've really shifted things that you wouldn't shift for yourself. And while that's scary, that's also kind of like, holy fuck, that's amazing. Like, as much as the unknown can be scary, like we're now presented an opportunity to really point ourselves in the direction that we're meant to go and not the direction that we've been almost, convincing ourselves we were supposed to, that we were meant to take, that we were more comfortable in taking. Like obviously the tower moments don't happen when things don't need to be shifted, don't need to be ascended. Tower moments are more of an opportunity for realignment than anything. They happen when we're not truly, doing the work, when we're not living in integrity, when we're not owning or facing our fears and our traumas and our truths, and we're not doing the healing work, and we're staying stagnant, we're self-sabotaging, all the things that it's a toxic concoction. It's, these are when tower moments happen. So if anything, it's a blessing that you're getting a wake-up call now before things really hit the fan. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, like it's time to really face the music and change what needs to change, heal what needs to heal, be what you need to be. I don't know. Do what you need to do. These tower moments really teach us things about ourselves and they challenge us, but that challenge creates resiliency, it creates stamina, endurance, agility, resourcefulness. It teaches you a lot about yourself, and that's super empowering. That's a really empowering place to be in. That looks better there. It's a really empowering place to be in my opinion. So, yeah. Well, sorry I just got this in a better composition, but we're going to end this reading here. We're going to jump on into the extended over on Patreon. Scorpio, I hope you enjoyed. I love you so much. Please join us. It's only $5 a month, and you're not in a contract, so you have also I should probably tell you guys, you have access to all 12 Zodiac extended. So that's really cool for $5. It's a pretty great deal. But I love you guys. I hope to see you over there. But if this is where we part ways, I love you so much. And I'll see you in the next reading. But let's get it over on Patreon. Bye, Scorpio.